Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be solving another Project Euler problem, that is problem 13, large sum. These large sums are used typically in the day-to-day world where you have to add very large numbers. For example, if you have a very large bill and you want to add all the groceries, so you could use the help of code instead of doing that tedious process. So let's get into reading question. Work out the first 10 digits of the sum of the following 150-digit numbers. So here they want us to find the sum of 150-digit numbers, where each line here represents 50-digit numbers, and there are 100 of these. So they want us to find the sum of these large numbers. After that, they asked us to find the first 10 digits of the sum which we're going to get. So let's get right into it. First of all, don't get scared of seeing this large number. We'll be making it simpler by using code. Okay. So here you may ask, what does this actually mean? Starting with the hashtag. This is actually called a comment. This helps the user to understand what the code is actually doing without reading it. So here they said list of numbers as strings. So here we've converted each 50-digit number into a string, and there are 100 of these. Here I introduced a variable which is numbers and used an operator equals to. You may ask, why is there a square bracket here? Square brackets are typically used to separate strings and create a list. Here we have created a list of 100 strings, right? And here the strings are separated by commas. How do you convert an integer or a number into a string? Just by putting quotations at the start and the end. Okay, so we have 4 lines of code here. So let's read the next one. What we actually do here is convert everything into a string, into 100 strings, and close it with a square bracket. So the second step is convert strings to integers and compute the sum. So what we're actually doing here is we're converting the strings which we have here, and we're going to convert them into integers, and we want to generate the sum, right? So we have a second variable which is total sum, and here sum is the function which is going to generate all of these strings which will be converted into an integer. Here you may ask a question, what does num actually mean? Num here is a temporary variable. It stores each of the strings. So each time the system will take each string and it will add them up by converting into an integer first, then add all of these strings up. So sum parenthesis integer num for num in numbers. Here for num in numbers as num, which is the variable we have given for each string, is in the variable numbers, which is actually a list which contains all of these strings of 150-digit numbers. So the third step is print the result. We want to print the total sum on our screen. You may ask what this is. This is called the f string, which is a way to embed variables like total sum in a string using curly brackets, as you can see here. Here we get the result of this and it is embedded here. And when we get our result, it will be seen that it will have the sum of all the numbers is and the result. So the fourth step is, so we will get the total sum, right? Now what they've actually asked is they want the starting 10-digit numbers of the total sum. So fourth step, we're going to do that. Print first 10 numbers of total sum. So we're again going to print first 10 digit numbers of the total sum, colon, where this is our string, and after this is going to come a result. So the total sum is an integer, and we can't slice the integer, which we are going to do now. So we are going to convert the integer into a string. So string str total sum, which is in parentheses. Then you may ask, what is this? This is called the slice notation. They are placed in square brackets like we did for lists, and this colon, what it does is starts and stops. It starts from 0 and stops at 10, where we have given the number here. So this gets the first starting 10 digit numbers of the total sum. I hope you understood my code. Now let's run it. Okay. Okay, so we got the sum of all the numbers is this large number, and what we actually want, first 10 digits of the total sum. Here let's, okay, 5537376230. Let's copy this and test if this is right. Congratulations, there you go. We just solved Project Euler Problem 13. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you liked the video.